Hey guys, Mark with Think Insurance. Today I'm going to talk about kind of an opinion on some comments I've been getting on the channel and some things that you guys should know about going into the insurance industry. So all these insurance companies are scams. They're junk. They're ripping you off. I'm just telling you right now, you got to get out of the... Wait, this isn't the stock market. All right, we're going to talk about this. I've been getting a lot of comments and I get it. Every time I read reviews, there's probably a tenth of all the reviews out there are people who hate the insurance industry to the point where it's all governized and it's the corporations are doing this and the legalities are doing this. I even had somebody call me, which you probably watched this video. Hi. I completely didn't understand what they were talking about, and I'm the guy that is 100% honest. When I don't get it, I let you know. And she or he or whoever this person anonymously is was explaining how they were getting ripped off on a claim and it was the government and it was this. And once you get into those specific details, you lose me. Like, I can help you with insurance coverage. I can help you with claims. I know how they handle them. I'm an expert at all of that. But once you dive into the president told this guy who controls this to hold off on doing this, to process that, I am not that involved. I love the industry. I also hate the industry. So let's talk a little bit more about that. By the way, I'm not feeling so great, under the weather, throat's killing me, so I'm gonna be a little bit quiet in this video. By the way, running low on coffee. Someone wants to buy me a cup, it's down below. So the industry, it is a corporation. Like, people don't get that. Let's go back to the way that insurance started. This is a perfect example. I watched a video or saw an article, this was years ago, that explained it in the best way I knew how. Little Timmy, Billy, whoever the person is, guy buys a cell phone. And I go to that guy and I'm the insurance company. I say, I'll tell you what, that's $1,000 cell phone. For $10 a month, I will insure that phone. If you drop it, break it, anything happens to it, someone steals it, as long as you don't purposely do it, I'll cover it. $10 a month, $100 a year, 10 years, there's a good chance that you're gonna break your phone. I'll take that deal. Here's $10. Great, same scenario. I go to another person, 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 I go to another person. This is amazing. I'm pulling in $10 a month. I'm a company and everybody's happy. $10 is cheap. That's pretty good. We all have our cell phones. We all know we're protected. And let's just say, to make it simple, there's 10 of us. We can 1,000x this in our heads or on a calculator. So there's 10 people that have a phone. All 10 are paying $10 a month in cost to insure the phone. I'm the insurer. So I'm getting $100 per the 10 people per month. So in 10 months, I'm clear. I can pay for a phone. Great. Once every 10 months, someone drops the phone, it breaks. Maybe it's $300 to fix it. Maybe it's $1,000 to replace it. Whatever the case is, I've got it covered. There's only 10 people. It's a low risk. Now we add more people because your friend's like, I want that deal. If I broke my phone last week, great, let's get in. Let's get in. And then now we've got 100 people, right? So we've grown. This is perfect. I'm a great company. Everybody loves me. I'm insuring people correctly. This is what you want. This is perfect. You're looking for the company that won't rip you off, won't take extra money. They won't necessarily push all of the advertising. Now, I might take 10% of that money or 20% of that money and go advertise to get those other 100 people, right? I'm doing what I can with the funds. I've got a side bucket in case there's a claim. So no one's really had some claims. We're really lucky. And maybe every so often, 10% of the people have a claim. And it's maybe a couple $100. So it's not really depleting the bucket that I have. Just bear with me. So we've got that. We've got our phone. We've got that. We've now have 100 people paying $10. Now we're getting to $1,000 a month. And 10% of that. So now 10 people are having claims. Well, if we do the math on that, and let's just say it's a $500 claim, we've now got 10 people claiming $500. It's $5,000, and I'm collecting $1,000 a month. That takes away 5 months of my income, takes away from my advertising, takes away from this. And then a couple people join in, and they have broken phones already, but they trick me, and they tell me it wasn't. So there's fraud in the market. And now I'm paying on claims where people should have never gotten it. They paid $10 in, they instantly file a claim. Sound familiar, right? This is the way that insurance started and has become. And so I've got to figure out, well, crap, I can't operate this way. I'm losing money. I'm only losing 10 to 15% of my business. I'm not 100% profitable, but between the small advertising to keep me growing, because I'm a company, I got to grow, and I'm pulling in more customers, but the more customers I pull in, it's likely the risk that there's more claims. Well, I better focus on where I get those customers, because now I can mitigate so everybody doesn't have to be upset, because we want it to be as fair for everybody. So I really got to charge more in this area, because these guys are claiming all the phones and these guys aren't. So to protect these guys, I'm gonna have to charge you guys $12 a month. This is where it sucks, because you might be the one that's in that area. All of a sudden, I have a bad year. Claims come in, I gotta raise the price, guys. I'm gonna go bankrupt unless And I get it. Like, you're in the comments already typing in, you son of a, right? That's not the way it works. They're all just making billions of dollars and ripping you off. Let's keep going. This is what's happening. I've got to raise the price. Okay, now we're $12.50 or 33 cents. Next year it's $13, $16. And then all of a sudden, Billy over here opens up a shop. I'm doing phones for $12 too. Actually, I'm 60 cents cheaper, so $11.92. And then a bunch of my customers go to Billy. But I still have all the customers with the claims. So like, I've got competition. It's just a whole whirlwind of things. That's honestly how insurances start off. And I'll give you some good examples. Go look at Root Insurance. Go look at Lemonade Insurance. They are the start of what's the new trend, the tech version where there's no sale agent. You buy it on the phone, the app. It does your driving. It does all that. Lemonade is more of home for now. They're doing auto in the future. But that's really how it was. Go look at their loss ratio. It's massive. These guys are losing tons of money. I don't know Root. I haven't checked Roots, but I know Lemonade is. So they just happen to insure a huge bunch of people in Texas. I think it's like 30% of all their business. Texas just had massive failure. Had what's called the Black Swan event. It's going to hurt them bad. They're going to have to raise their rates. It's just naturally what happens. But look at where they were. People are praising them because this company's not taking our money. They're not taking advantage of us. I'm telling you, in 3 to 5 years, they're either going to have big financial problems, or people are going to start complaining that they keep raising my rates, they keep doing this. It's all in conjunction. I've actually seen it with Root a little bit, because some people are starting to complain that the prices have been going up time over time over time. It's not necessarily the company, it's the risk. And when you're in insurance, this is why 30 to 40% of the people hate insurance. Actually, it's probably more than 60%. I don't know where I'm getting these numbers from. It used to be that insurance was the 4th hated thing that you have to buy. I personally hate that I have to buy it, only because I don't use it. Like, I haven't claimed it very much. But it has saved me once or twice, not overall, because my only time I've used it myself was a $3,500 claim, and I've been paying about $100 and some odd, close to $200 a month for the insurance. So that claim was taken care of in 3 to 4 years, and I've been doing this for 15 years. So it's kind of a pain that I pay all that for what I'm getting. But if I have a major claim, then I'm going to be glad I had it. It's kind of a regret/hate thing, right? I get it. I'm with you. Continuing the story. Eventually, my cell phone insurance business is no different than the State Farm cell phone business and the Allstate cell phone business and the Progressive Allstate business that people have turned into disliking because they, one, spend too much money on ads. That's a tax write-off. They're doing that. They're a business. That's smart. They're going to grow, not pay the government a whole bunch of money, and they're going to get more customers in more areas on top of its research, because if they're not in an area, they're going to learn what the risk is in that area. So it's kind of a multiple piece. Now, where I do agree with some of you is when the pandemic hit, they were greedy. And I do agree with most companies. Some of them couldn't afford to do the payout, and other ones just huddled the money and put it in the back pocket like, yeah, insurance is going okay. We're just making 30% more, right? It's like, come on, guys. That's where the government steps in and says, oh, wait a minute. You guys cannot keep all that money because half of your people aren't even driving anymore. The risk has dropped. You're ripping them off. pay them back, blah, 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 blah. And that's where those quarantine or COVID or whatever you want to call them, the stimulus kickbacks and insurance came. Some did it out of knowing that they either were going to or had to. So credit to State Farm, who, in my opinion, started the whole give back. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm 95% sure that's the start of it. And they gave, $2 billion back? First people to do it. The other companies that did it with them, I believe, was Progressive, and I want to say Citizens and Safeco, Liberty Mutual. They all jumped on board right away. They knew it was going to happen. They either planned it and were like preparing to not be hit, or they were just like, you know what, we got this extra money. Instead of us doing this, and putting it in our pockets, let's give it back to the customers. Other companies were already struggling and it helped them. Now, that's not your problem because that's the insurance company, but you got two choices. They either go bankrupt and you go to the higher cost company, or they finish the books off and they're negative, which is what I'm seeing with the Lemonade type of insurance, where they're just going negative. They have a lot of money to go negative until they grow positive. It's similar to the State Farm story. That's how they kind of operate, actually. They go really negative and then they slowly grow back. Anyways, this is a long rant. If you guys stayed, you got to leave me a comment because I hope I didn't lose you. There's a lot of talk. I hope this made sense because this is like the kind of history of how insurance companies go. It's not going to be the end. Look at Tesla. They joined insurance to help with Tesla. It's like the second or third most expensive car to insure. And I'm making a video on the most and cheapest insurance. So subscribe for that. It's coming soon. But ultimately, I just wanted to paint you a picture. Are there shady companies out there? Yes. Put them in the comments below. Love to see them. I'd research them, tell you what I think of them. Is there good companies that have good intentions? Absolutely. Let's use Progressive. I love Progressive. I'm not switching to them anytime soon. I haven't. I don't have any plans to. They cut my bill in half on one and I still didn't switch, right? I'm not ready for that move. Plus, I'm checking a whole bunch of companies for you guys, so maybe I'll save 80%. Great company. Moving forward, I don't think I'm their profile customer. So even though that I'm saving a bunch of money with them, my rate has gone down since I've done that with my current insurance because I've been able to recalculate some stuff and it's been a lot better. But Progressive is killing it. They're crushing it. They did great last year. There's a video I made about how they were one of the best companies in 2020, but they also gave kickbacks and they have to charge rates. So they penalize you for certain things like how long you've had the vehicle or how often you call their service department because you're utilizing their services and the location that you live in and all of that stuff. Well, I'm pretty certain as they started back in 1801 or whatever date they started, I would guess 1921 is my guess. When they were just a small company hand to hand within a city and then a city and then a state and then it just grows. Because they've been on the forefront of technology, they're investing on ways to make the insurance cheaper. They're investing on ways to make it better for you to be available. And there's cost to that too. But because they've had claims and a big chunk of the money that you pay in is to prevent fraud, which why should I pay for that? Well, they're not there to pay for those things, for one. Two, they also are saving you money by preventing the fraud. If one group of people or group of people across the US realize that companies, which is what I think is happening a little bit to Lemonade, they're starting to see some of that fraud stuff happening. Just a guess. This is just my opinion. This is not any legal, right? So what is happening in the industry is that they have to defend the fraud, and part of the funds is I take in $1, 10 cents goes here, 30 cents goes here, 40 cents goes. It's all allocated. They're not just taking your money and be like, I think I'll put 50 cents in my pocket today. I think I'll do this tomorrow. They spend months, if not years, to make a change. So when they make a move, it's a shift. It's not a right? We think we should screw somebody here. We think we should gain some money here. We think we should win here. They are large enough to that point. The little guys do. The little guys be like, nope, go reverse. Let's go this way. But the big guys have to take their time and make the right moves and use the data that they have. So I'm not trying to bash you as the customer because it has nothing to do with you. You guys don't need to know all this. But in case you were curious and you're like me, who started in this industry complaining how it's unfair and it's a corporate mess and it's just a shock and a shame. There are companies out there that do that. There are ripoffs out there that do that. We'll save that for another video. Just keep in mind, my personal opinion is the way to beat the insurance industry is to do a few things. One, learn what you need. This is an investment. If you were to go in and do a 401k, you're going to meet the guy who's going to help you invest. You're going to talk it over. You're going to set a plan. You're going to figure out what you want to do in your exit. Same thing with insurance. You're talking hundreds, if not millions of dollars worth of coverage, and you're going to pay in hundreds of thousands over the course of your life, if not just thousands. It's still a lot of money. So understand what you need protection for. Figure out the coverages, and then know your profile. And we talk a lot about that on this channel, is who are you a fit for? You're not gonna figure it out. There's not a golden calculator, which one day I will figure that out and get that calculator to you, but I can't tell you what state and what city and what location and what person with what credit, with how many family members, with how many vehicles, with how many 5-star ratings there are, with how many tickets and how many accidents. There's literally tens of thousands of ways you could have a profile, if not hundreds of thousands. So know the profile that you have specifically, and if that changes, will that change the way that your current insurance looks at your risk? That's all they care about. It's not about hand-to-hand, face-to-face. That's where we come in. That's what I'm here for. I'm the guy that cares where you go with everything, and I'm going to find those fits for you. But the company itself is only looking at the risk. That's all that can factor in, because those are the things that they know are stable. I mean, I got some fraud in me too. I got my wife to marry me. Look at that. So there is a point where you have to take responsibility. Know the coverage, know your profile, shop in the right places. That's why I created this channel, was to teach you guys about insurance, help you understand it. I just wanted to come out and be clear on this video. It's a little bit long, I apologize. But like I said, if you have advice, if you agree or disagree with any of the opinions, leave it in the comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to learn more about the insurance industry, more so about companies and different ratings and how to save money but get better coverage. I'm Mark with Think Insurance. I'll see you in the next one.